All right, so we're gonna do a patch explaining the process a little bit. So, we've got we're gonna tap in its clock on both the MPC and the quad clock first, and then we'll look over there for what's happening. Just whatever happen to be feeling. Okay, and then we're gonna go over to our oscillators. We have two EQD wave transformers, analog complex oscillators. We have the Erica Sense hex inverter. I'm going to use two different ones there, tuned differently, and then I'm going to use one off the shapeshifter. So it's going to be 5. They're going to the triplet, 3 of them here. Then one of that mix is going into one of the channels for this triplet, and then 2 other of the oscillators, so you have 5 altogether. I'm going to change the tuning. Right now they're tuned C, and then I've got a 5th below, a couple octaves, major 3rd, so we have a major triad there, inverted, and then we've got major 7th, but an octave below the 3rd, so we create that minor triad there. And then we've got the major 9th. And then I've got the mix of all those octaves, all the oscillators, going into penharmonium. Right now it's totally dry, and then that's going into the swords, which is a Blades clone, and it's going into both channels that are being used, low pass, and then that is going into the DXG make noise low pass gate that's getting struck by this ADSR from the 2500 clone over here, and then the MPC is sending the CV that's molded a bunch with cables and stacks to all 4 oscillators, and at the same time the other part of the split is sending the gate trigger to the ADSR that's going to open the frequency. It's the low pass gate shape here, and we've got for the other frequency. And then we've got that output of the low pass gate going into the dual looping delay, and that's going into C legs, then to the mixer. So I'm about to change all the oscillators to be tuned to the same C, to a C note, but all different octaves now, 5 octaves. That's the idea. And over here I've got the MIDI out from the MPC going to a MIDI 3 port down here, so I can copy it, and one of them is going to the mutant brain. Then that's got 4 CV channels and a bunch of gate channels, so I can use MIDI 1, 2, 3, 4 different channels here, and talk to 4 different elements over here. We've got plonk, elements clone, a plates clone, rings, the crucible I used for the hi-hat, like cymbals, and then that mix of each of those is going to a mix-up, and then to a slice, to a data bender. Each left and right stereo has its own data bender and its own slice, and then those both go to Rainmaker, and then they both go to Mimeophone, then to the mixer. Okay, so tuning the oscillators. Let's go. We've got the one already at C. Let's get this one. Let's see which one it is that's tuned so low. This one? Oh, this one. Okay. Bring it up to a C something. The fine tune. And then if I close this, I've got the Wogglebug stepped random out going into the frequency here. So okay, if I hold it, I've got fun random clicking. bring this one to a C. That's pretty close. Okay, so now we got. So now we have. Oh, because I accidentally moved that one. Now we've got C4, C6, and C3. So 3, 4, 6. Let's go. Over here. And look for 5. There we go. C5. And the wave transformers have an ultra fine tune. So you can get them like pretty fucking precise. Pretty darn precise. Okay, so now I've got 4, 3, 6. And now just one more here. Which is almost there. That's at a 4 though, I'm gonna go. Oh shit. Just fucked up. Help if I labeled which oscillator each thing is going to. Okay. Okay, this one doesn't go that high, so you can expect this other similar. Anyway, now we got a bunch of C's. And we just got it on chromatic up. Put the swing at like 55. Now we got one triad there. Triplets. Just 1, 3, 4, 5, minor 3. And now I'm gonna bring in like some rhythm, make a MIDI track. That's the elements. There's the plate snare drum. Let's see. Okay, so we've got. And so like this trigger is going to the dual trigger here, a copy of it. One's going onto the crucible. It has an edge and then a middle and 2 inputs. So when they hit at the same time, it creates the bell sound. So that it moves the delay. And you can set the length of the delay. And it really will simulate sticking a cymbal pretty good. So I might just start with that. Now I'll go over and make another MIDI track One of these other channels. Just mess up that. I've got some LFOs modulating stuff kind of slow over here, a few things. Now we got that going. Bring in some reverb, a little delay from mimeophone. Some like just interesting. Make another MIDI channel. Rainmaker. You can just randomize literally everything all on Rainmaker. Which is pretty cool because this one's being programmed like crazy deep. Okay, so now we got 3 channels happening over here, rhythmic stuff. Bring in a little Dave Bender. So we've got some clock divisions, some multiplications happening. This is getting, data bender gets 1, slice gets a different clock, different data bender gets a different 3rd clock, 4th clock to the other slice. There's a clock going to the Rainmaker, clock going over here to the dual loop and delay, all the same little system right there. And now, let's see, there's one more MIDI track for a kick, so I can get it to make sound. For a second. Let's see, sometimes weird thing here, I'm not getting anything. Oh, my kick. It's going in. Oh, literally just had the volume down on the mix up. Alright, so bring that down. Clonk is on kick. Yeah, let's bring some. Oh. Now we got kick, we got the cymbals, we got the snare, and we got the little echoey, hammery noise from elements. Now we can bring in some more glitchiness. Yeah, let's slow down like a 5th time, or quadruple, divide by 4 time, or divide by 5. I think it's a divide by 11 happening. And I'll get back to the oscillators here. Go back to the CV track, CV1, let's get, and now we can, then we just improvise the melody. Sometimes I record a sequence, but usually I'm just sitting here playing the pads with the arpeggiator in different modes, keep the note length kind of short. It's just got a lot of different modes. I can change the octave real fast here. And just get it going. I'm going to hit record on the mixer. I'm not going to hit record on the mixer because I don't have the SD card in it. But this is the beginning intro to what I'm about to do. So this is the overall setup. And then I'm going to mess with the 2 channels on dual looping delay, each getting different time divisions from the clock. I'm going to mess with the envelope shape, filter cutoff, the amount of reverb and the noise from the C legs, and it has its own delay after both of those delays. So we got 3 delays at once all working. And got the digital coloration up. A little bit of I just like the Dorian sound a lot. So now I've got the time division for 8 and 12, plus the delay after happening here. I just messed around with all this stuff. Got the case set with the data here in the panharmonium, has a frequency shifter, bode clone. We've got a warps clone. We have a dot for distortion wave shaper, the Shalapi bitfold, and the IntelliGel bifold. So we got 3 wave folders. We got a lo-fi from 2HP next to shapeshifter, the morphogene. We got the spring ray with a medium spring. We got another Surges filter, 2 wasp filters, forbidden planet filter. There's a sync Buccina, so we've got 3 channels of low-pass gates. Just VCNO noise source, the Flurry noise source. Lots of ways to combine it and mix it together. The Lanica oscillator also. So we got six voices of oscillators can have here on the melodic side. Now I've got one case that's just modulation. We have a Turing machine, the multi-mod, Oct, alphos, a quad ADSR. We have a Tides clone. We've got a sequential switch, a disting, a dual ADSR. This one's really cool because it has a negative and positive envelopes in the woggle bug. And up in this case, with the trigger delay and the mutant brain, I've got the beads, mutable instruments, and then a clone of clouds. We've got the spectral multi-band resonator from 4MS, which is just crazy stuff. It's kind of, and there's some distortion here, Ruina, and up in the percussion case, pretty much touched on everything. The Bitbox Micro is full of stuff that I've barely been touched on, but mostly just stick with the motor resonator type with just gates and triggers. Alright, thanks for listening to a little bit about the process of what I do.